Should you scout for Poppy and Tinkaton? Is she any good? Well, first things first, she is a Pokefair. And every single time you scout on her banner, you have a 10% chance of getting a random 5-star sync pair. And a 2% chance of getting her, and just in case you get her, you get 4 5-star power-ups as well as 4 sprint roll cake coins, which you can exchange for a sprint roll cake and unlock her EX roll once you give it to her. She is a striker, and she has quite impressive offensive stats at 492. That means if you EX hit her and give her EX roll, that will go up to above 500. This sync pair is a steel type with an EX roll of sprint. If you unlock her EX roll, you get to kind of use your second move almost, not too far away from your first sync move. That means before the opponent is able to use their first sync move against you, you can use your second sync move immediately. Now, she has a quite interesting passive skill. She have Thunder Wave to paralyze the opponent. And if you use Thunder Wave on the opponent, you get to lower their defense stats. So, you also are guaranteed critical hits with your normal attacks, with your sync moves. All your attacks are gonna be critical hits because of her second passive skill. And your third passive skill basically guarantees that your stats cannot be lowered by the opponent in any way possible. You have 3 different attacks. One is Play Rough to have a 10% chance of lowering the opponent's attack stat. This is a fairy type attack. Thunder Wave to leave the opponent paralyzed as well as lower their defense stats. And the good thing about the first passive is you don't have to have Thunder Wave successful. Just as long as you use Thunder Wave on the opponent, you get to lower their defense stats. So you can use 3 Thunder Waves on that opponent to lower their defense stats -6. And then you have your third attack, which is your buddy move. Still Hard Gigaton Hammer can be used alternately, just like the sync pairs that came out on April. You have to use Still Hard Gigaton Hammer, then you have to use either Thunder Wave or Play Rough, then use Still Hard Gigaton Hammer, then use Thunder Wave, Play Rough. The good thing about this buddy move is that look at that base power. 450 to 540 base power. If you compare this base power with the sync move base power, that's even stronger than the sync move. My goodness. But here's the thing. Sync move, 6-star EX, hit every single opponent. This buddy move only hits one opponent. So, again, use it alternately against the opponent. Real strong, her trainer move maximizes your attack stat, gives you a free move next effect, and gives you a physical moves up next effect +1 stat rank. So probably I will use her, use Thunder Wave on the opponent first to lower their defense stats, leave the opponent paralyzed, and then I'll use Real Strong to maximize my attack stat, give myself a free move next for Still Hard Gigaton Hammer, and that Still Hard Gigaton Hammer will be powered up by 40% because of my physical moves up next effect. Now, this is her base kit. Again, quite strong. And we are just hoping that her passives, or rather her buddy move will get even stronger with the sync grid, right? So let's check out her sync grid right now and see if that gets even more powerful when her sync grid is activated. So 1 out of 5, or by the way, she has an exclusive lucky cookie which you can get from her event. Hit paralyze opponent defense down 9. So the moment you use Thunder Wave, you can use Play Rough or Still Hard Gigaton Hammer to just continue lowering the defense of the opponent just in case you get this. But probably, you can just always use 3 Thunder Waves to lower the opponent's defenses anyway. Or Defense Crush, which you can get her in her kit. But so, I'd rather probably give her Critical Strike 2 as a lucky skill for this one. So 1 out of 5, you get Steel Shelter and Unflappable, which is very typical. 2 out of 5, you get Fast Track 9 to raise her speed stat because her speed stat, honestly, is quite okay, 300 something. But you might have a hard time because her moves are 3 move gauges, 4 move gauges. So probably it's going to be a lot easier if your speed stat is quite high. Natural remedy to remove all status conditions when you are inflicted by it for the first time. Pinpoint entry so that you will not miss with your play rough because your play rough is only 90% accuracy. Play rough, super duper effective 5, powers up your play rough if the opponent is weak to fairy type attacks. Quick cure removes confused flinching trap first time you're inflicted by it. Quick, real strong catalytic kick 9 speeds up the move gauge when you use catalytic or real strong. And then you have real strong MP refresh 2, probably to give you another free move next, as well as a physical moves up next effect plus 1. But attack stat already max out, and you don't have to worry about your attack stat getting down because you have impervious. Your stats cannot be lowered. And then Thunder Wave move gauge refresh 3, just in case you want to use Thunder Wave. Now, 3 copies, things get interesting. Charging Infliction 2. When you use Thunder Wave, it's a 2 move gauge attack. You recover 2 move gauges immediately. So you can choose to use Thunder Wave, Thunder Wave, Thunder Wave, lower the opponent's defenses to -6, then start to use your attacks. Endurance gives you an endure effect. Haymaker, the higher attack stat is, which you can max out immediately by using your real strong trainer move. Stronger sync move damage. Play rough, paralysis synergy 5, another multiplier for play rough. You have 2 multipliers for play rough, but where are my body move multipliers? Steel Hard Gigaton Hammer, 2 for 9. This is good because the next move will be a free move. If you have free move next, every single time you use Gigaton, Steel Hard Gigaton Hammer. And then Sync Freebie after you use your Sync move gives you a free move next effect. You have 4 power-up tiles for your Sync move, which means you can make your Sync move from a base power of 300 to a base power of 400, but still, your body move is stronger because your body move 450 base power. Now, that's 3 out of 5, and I do not see any body move multipliers so far. As a Pokefair, she has 4 and 5 out of 5 tiles, so let's check it out. Defense Crush 9. Every single time you attack the opponent, you get to lower their defense stat. This is optional because you can use Thunder Wave to lower the opponent's defenses, or you can use your exclusive Lucky Cookie to lower the opponent's defenses. But the second one is nice. Use status Pokemon move on opponent attack down to 9. When you use Thunder Wave, not only do you lower the opponent's defenses now, but you also lower the opponent's attack stat -2. So she becomes like a tech sync pair. Use Thunder Wave, lower the opponent's attack, lower the opponent's defenses, and then you can use 3 Thunder Waves just to minimize the opponent's defense and attack stat. Pretty nice. 5 out of 5, Adrenaline 1 to lower your sync move countdown after your first sync move. And sync move physical boost up to 9 to power up your next attack by 40%, which you can power up your Steel Hard Gigaton Hammer. That's the only way you're able to power up your body move, which is sad because there are no, like, Brawn, or rather Furious Brawn. The higher attack stat is, the stronger your body move or attacks are gonna be. There's no paralysis synergy for your body move. It's only Play Rough that gets powered up, and your body move just sticks to base power and reliant only on physical moves up next effect and the opponent's lower defenses. And that's a sad thing for this sync pair. High potential, still very, very strong damage, but limited by just raw base power and nothing else. If you need a steel type sync pair, if you do not have any steel type sync pairs, then definitely go for this one. And the good thing about this one, you're guaranteed crits. So it will bypass physical damage reduction every single time. But this is not piercing blows. This is not bypassing the enemy's passive skill that lowers something damage if the opponent is not done something about it. So it just bypasses physical damage reduction and nothing else. So strong raw damage, strong attack stat, but no multipliers for her body move. And that is it For Poppy and Tinkaton, again, scout for your faves instead of the meta. In terms of scouting, if you do not have a good steel type, I would prioritize her a lot. But if you have good steel types already, like Gloria, probably Rose. Rose hits everyone. And this one only hits one opponent except for her, for her sync move, which hits everyone. And because of her sprint EX roll, you get to use her another sync move quite quickly. But that aside, that is my analysis for Poppy and Tinkaton. If you enjoyed this video, guys, make sure you hit the like button for me, as well as let me know how you prefer my shorter discussion videos of these sync pairs. If you want to help me out, there's coffee.com/splgum, which you can help me with my animal flow, education, and mentorship. Or join my members down below by clicking on the join button. I would like to thank everyone here for your kindness and generosity, especially my 3-year members, Alcin, Roy, Luca, Jeremy, and Shadow Phil. My 2-year members, Iwiz and Kosei. My 1-year member, Apsaras, and Fraudulent Memes. And my Great Bold tier member, Sophia. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. And that's it. That is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Until then, I'll see you in the next one. Rawr.